hear the voice of reason.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Tell It How It Is, No Filter. This is Voice of Reason in case you didn't know. And once again, I'm glad you can join me. I don't do the current events like that. Do I have to say that? We know that from watching, right? I'm gonna pray and hope for the best in California with the fires and the wildfires and the burning and the continuing. Like, that has been a little minute now, or as far as that being a story on the news. I really sincerely hope everything works out, and I pray for those folks dealing with that, whether directly or indirectly. So I'll give you that as a current event. All right, let's go right in though. She didn't love you. She loved the way you loved her. It fed her ego, so she used you until she didn't need you anymore. Anyone that can tap in on this one, it's big. I don't want to paint the picture in your head that most females are like this, most women are going to be like this, but you must recognize the signs. I mean, what is dating anyway? You're entertaining. You're providing a resource because, when you initiate the date, fellas, you're taking them something entertaining, somewhere fun. You're paying for it, which is fine. I'm not saying these things is the bad thing, but just know that copy paste. You continue to provide. You continue to create an experience, entertainment. Yes, if they truly do love you, they'll reciprocate it, and it'll be a transfer of energy that resembles equality. But sometimes, more times than not, I won't put a number. That's all it was. It was the hype of that. You pursued, you gave an experience, copy, paste, until you run out. All shows run out of seasons eventually. Martin, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm going back some for you younger viewers. But my point is but so much entertainment you can keep doing. Yes, y'all can mix it up, spice it up. Again, once her energy is genuine and what she's doing and her reason for being there is genuine, now you can overcome this. And it's okay if you don't constantly entertain or constantly have resources to reassure her that that is a good reason to be with you. Whoa. I don't even ever go back to the applause after I start, but that one, I'm not going to do too much. But yeah, that's big, because why are people really around? That's the struggle in today's world. Everyone is using everyone for something. It may, and I don't like to say that, what I'm about to say. I kind of caught myself in mid-thought. You don't want it to become genuine. You want it to have always been a genuine feeling, a genuine energy that you felt with said person. But of course, the world is not polished that way. It's not that perfect. You're not going to be able to peep that and vouch for it, even if it was. But that would be lovely to hear. So yes, you probably experienced this, fellas. I don't wish that if you didn't, you will, but I can't water it down. There's a possibility you will experience this, and you just got to take it. This statement actually is prevention for people who it hasn't happened to, that it may happen to. So I'm going to close out from that subject and read it one more time So you can really understand, fellas, to pay attention to who you give energy to. And hopefully I'm wrong. She didn't love you. She loved the way you loved her. It fed her ego, so she used you until she didn't need you anymore. Why a come up for men from a woman shouldn't be sex or not only sex. This subject matter was initially worded a different way that I didn't like. It tapped into the younger me. And so I understand males, men, the proper way to say it, 20s and in their 20s. You want to say early 30s is kind of pushing it, but this may pertain to you too. Those days, yes, a come up was sex. Way before a woman's resources or what money or whatever they could do for you. Now, granted, that's dope. That always was a plus. But I think when we were younger, the sex was the come up. And sorry to say, whenever I hesitate like that, I don't really want to tippy toe around something and bother you because it's a sensitive world. I may have some sensitive viewers, but I guess some women never mature. And this is going to be like I'm setting y'all up. I say the younger men should, it's okay if they look up, a come up for them is sex. I got tripped up, my bad. But a woman withholds sex, why? I'm not going to further instigate it past that. Fellas, when you're dating, I ain't picking an age, just period. You're dating and a woman is withholding sex. Why do you think that is? What is your honest assessment on that? And we're going to leave them and let them guess what we're thinking. And I'm pretty sure they'll say they're justified in why they withhold it. But let's really tap into why it's withheld. But anyway, that's for another day. A come up for men from a woman should not only be sex. Now, men are providers. Men, protect, secure. A woman's job alongside him, I would say, for most men, everybody could have their list. So understand when I say things, they're not like the definite all go-to, because everyone can have a list of what they want their partner to be and, and how to handle them. But I'm going to jump out on a limb here and say that support, loyalty, these are just polished words everyone throws to sound good. But it really is true. I need the support. I need the loyalty. I need the sex. It's time for the sex. And just like not taking away and too much negative distractions for what my purpose is and what I'm trying to get accomplished. I could go on and on because that's actually also something separate we could discuss. But in any event, these other things should be first before the sex. But let's be real. No matter how old we get, now this was a part of the original statement. No matter how old we get, that part will always hold its importance to probably a higher level than a woman's importance for sex. I think if we took a survey, possibly. But other things are more important and other things can be looked at as a come up. And I know the word come up may sound sabotage and toxic because it's like, oh, we here to get over on each other. I don't really mean it that way. But hey, let's go back to she didn't love you. She, it fed her ego how you loved her. Women receiving resources is most likely always a come up. So no matter what age a woman reaches, that is their sex. You see, that doesn't, no one tells them really to level up from that and go, oh, don't look at it like that. Because to survive, you kind of have to move that way. So, to know that your partner, from a woman's perspective, to know your partner is there to protect you, to provide for you, to have your back, that's the come up. Sex is last for them for sure. If you want, it just don't weigh the same with those providing security, the main formula that most women are looking for. So no matter how much men mature and realize it's not just about sex, sex is still going to, majority of the time, hold more weight for men than for women. Capiche? Okay. It gets to a point where if you don't dodge the obvious punch, you're not ready for the ones you don't see coming. And your face wasn't healed from the obvious. Shout out Rock. She gave me that one. When you see the signs, going back, when you see the signs and you because of whatever emotion you're using currently to ignore that sign, I strongly feel that when you ignore red flags, emotions is in the way. So, if you move that way, the punches that you're supposed to see, hence those red flags, you're going to get punched by those, the ones you see. So now, if you deal with someone who doesn't move that way and they're a little tricky, sneaky, slicky with it, those punches is going to really mess you up because you can't even dodge the obvious ones. And if I'm speaking in a way that you're not receiving what I'm saying, I'm just going to go back. When people play in your face, are you going to allow that to continue? So you can be as strict as you want with this. You can, some people may hear me and go, yo, you bugging out. Like some things are just honest mistakes or just, a hiccup where you shouldn't even be making final mental notes about it for that person. But you're not going to play in my face. So anything I see a little discomforting or off, either we're going to speak about it, but ain't no either. We're going to speak about it. The either would be or leave the situation. Sometimes everything does deserve a conversation, maybe. So I'm not going to sit here and say you always walk off the red flags, but a conversation has to be had. It's like no getting around that. So try to nip shit in the butt that you see off the rip. Like, oh, we doing this story today? No, we not. And then when stuff catch you off guard, at least you just have to deal with that. But yeah, you got to try to minimize damage, minimize things that disturb your peace, minimize things that's not conducive to your goals and your mission. So if you could kind of cut bullshit out right away, why not? Stage 1. Okay. Trying to mold a baddie. Fellas, can I kind of piggyback that off the sex being so important? All right. A highly attractive female, I mean highly, where there's nowhere you go with this person and they're not turning heads. If you can find one that has some morals, some humility, some traditional values, rare but can be, then this job is easier. Women, if you want us to lead, secure, protect, etc., it may require you to listen to some of the things we tell you. But fellas, I must warn you, this is no easy task. Sometimes it's like, oh man, how bad do I really want this person? Because this is a lot of work. You know, I would also put on the spot not just a baddie, but like an older woman of certain age where she's past the whole bend or adjust. She sees things pretty much one way, and that's that. So a healing process is in motion that you're going to need after dealing with that baddie if it don't go right. Because, again, it's going to be a lot of work. Beautiful. If you love that and that's what you want, that's your standard. You're like, I don't care. Voice of reason. This is the type of females I like. And for me to stay at bay and hold it down and be really happy, I got to have the baddie. Just know what it comes with and just know it's no walk in the park. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to have a lot of patience to deal with that. And that's not being negative. That's just being real. You feel me? So hold it down with that. You let me know how that work out for you, because I know a lot of men that might could say, yo, I'm past that. You know, that could be a maturity thing as well. 20s for sure. 30s debatable, but still heavily there as an important factor. Like, I need a baddie. I want my woman. I'm so successful. Let me do the positive. I'm so successful. I get busy. So I need the one holding on my arm and holding me down. I need her to be a baddie, because it complements everything else I got going on if I'm making the proper moves and showing signs of success. So that's dope. Overconfidence in self, and can you really level up to justify that overconfidence? So, you know, I always say everybody overvalues themselves a lot, mostly men and women. So sorry, ladies, it's not only you. I know you're probably jumping and say, oh, here you go. But y'all do it more. But anyway, that's the focus. Just put that right behind when you even think you all at or think you should have this confidence. What can you really do to level up? Because don't write checks your cash. Don't write checks your ass can't cash. That's the statement. So a lot of people will say how they should be viewed and what they do and what they sacrifice and how much of an impact they are on people and how they look, you know, how much money. The money part of being overconfident, you're kind of in the safest space here, because you clearly got confidence legitimately if you holding and really got bread. I guess that could like kind of solve that, right? But other than that, you just got to look to be a better version of you to justify this overconfidence. It doesn't have to happen in a week, a month, but that's some inner self-love that will show you that using that will fuel you to do better in reality. You know what I mean? It's good to be overconfident. I ain't gonna lie. You know, if you don't believe in yourself, who will? But we must try to really do things to make that stick, make that work. Being insecure because you creepy is a problem. Creep in. So, ladies, I know you want the straight fella, the solid dude that is neither of these descriptions I'm about to give you. So there's some insecure cats that are creeping, but their behavior, you know, they always pointing the finger at their partner. My G, you can't be out there doing your thing and then have any questions for that partner at home waiting for you. Again, I'm not trying to make it look bad, but it kind of looked bad. I can't really save you. So now that's one type of guy. Then you got the secure guy. He's still creeping, but he knows how to hold it down mentally, emotionally, because he know he's wrong. Let's just keep it real. I can't sugarcoat it. You know you're wrong. So once you play with dirt, you get dirty. What you gonna do about it? Right? So there was a quick one. I want you to enjoy the rest of your week, no matter what you're involved in. Stay safe. And you know my 3 Ps. Stay productive, stay progressive, and stay pushing. Peace.